Hello and welcome to Dragon Talk!
We're really doing it!
We're so glad to have Shelly Moo back!
I'm so glad to be back.
It's been like 3 weeks.
It's been like 2.
No.
But it's been 3 since we've been together.
That's what I mean,
yes,
right? Because you did it with Kate.
Well, you did it with her too.
You did the podcast with Kate, talking to that amazing 11-year-old.
I'm sorry that you missed that.
I listened to it, and
Did you?
it was fantastic.
You liked it?
Did you listen to it?
No. And I want to.
Got you.
You know what? I might, because he was so good.
It's worthwhile.
Yeah. But I listened to the podcast that you and Kate did, because I was like, I can finally listen to a Dragon Talk.
Nice.
And it's really good. It's a really good show. I'm going to rate it 5 stars. And I'm going to subscribe.
Ryan Marth does a good job.
It sounds like butter.
Like butter, because we got these filters. Doesn't matter.
Really?
It's you blocking it.
Really?
You can try to pop them.
Pop.
Can't.
So when I hit things on the microphone, you can't hear it anymore?
I know. It did actually reduce the effectiveness of the rocks falling.
It's like we're wearing armor now.
Everyone dying. Yeah,
Our
exactly.
microphones are wearing armor.
So we got to get a Foley artist. I think is the real thing for this. We got to hire a Foley artist who can do like the. Like
that would be amazing. That would be. Maybe we could borrow Pelham's air horn.
I know, right? He does
once in a while.
Putting in sound design at the end of the rocks falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like avalanche sound at the end.
Yes.
I think that'd be
you
cool.
can do that?
I'll do that.
Can you
Yeah.
do sound effects throughout?
I like that we always produce this show on
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that's it. You get to see how it's made. You get to see how Dragon Talk is made. This is our production meetings going forward.
That's a good idea. I like it.
I
Your
feel like I
podcast
did
was
that-
good, though.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that was really nice.
The one with me and Kate, or the
Yeah.
one with me and Adam? Because
The one-
Adam also
I haven't
came
listened
on.
to the Adam one, but I can do that.
Yeah,
I can do that one, too?
He is fantastic. Yeah, he
I
rocked
know.
the house.
I love listening to Adam.
I know, right?
He could also do like, you're sitting by a stream, and there's a cool breeze.
There was a little bit of meditation Adam coming out there.
AMSR. What is the acronym?
ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah.
He could do those.
So I have a bone to pick with you about Bart, where he pronounces. What do you call the website address on the top of in your browser bar? URL.
Right. Oh,
right?
Is he an Earl?
He says Earl.
He's weird.
And I'm like, that is not the pronounce. You don't pronounce that acronym. You say that all the parts of that acronym.
If I got bones to pick with you about Bart too.
Well, this is the safe space. This is
All
where
right?
we could do this.
Is this how it's gonna go?
Yeah.
That's not my problem. That was not part of our vows where you from now on have to mispronounce words. I got many bones to pick.
Yes.
Where do you want to start? The dishwasher?
Well,
How he
yes.
loads the dishwasher?
That's how is it? Is it bad?
Does he doesn't know that those racks actually pull out?
They pull out?
Yeah. Is this a dude thing? Is this a guy thing?
No, I'm the one who does most of the dish. Like that's
Drives me nuts.
like in any couple, you split up chores or things
You
around
do?
the house. I am the dish person
Oh,
mostly.
the dishwasher guy?
Yeah.
Do you have a dishwasher?
We have a dishwasher.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. It's not a
'Cause
good one.
Then I would feel bad, like I'm complaining about like how he loads my dishwasher. If you're like, we wash everything by hand.
I had a friend like that in high school back
Yeah.
home, where his mom was like, "Why do I need a dishwasher?"
Right?
And she's like, "I'm gonna do it
My
anyway."
grandma was like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't have to do it. That's the point.
She was trying to say like, my time's not worth anything, so what do I care? And you're like,
Aw.
oh, that's not how.
You could use that time to do another chore that a robot could be doing for you.
It's true, right? And that's,
Yes.
let the robots. I for one, welcome our new robot overlords.
I do too if they help out.
Alexa, wash the dishes.
Oh, that would be.
I think there is.
How is she going to start washing my dishes?
Well, I think you have to load it still, but you can be like, start the dishwasher, or set the refrigerator to 68 degrees.
Quinn and I were
68,
just
that's not
reminiscing
very cool.
about how when he was much younger and he couldn't say Alexa, he said Alexa, and he would get so frustrated because she wouldn't talk to him. Alexa, play Danger Zone.
Because he was
And it would
like,
just
he
be
always wanted to have a
silence.
highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, play Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins.
That's where it helps if you do add the artist.
It does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's like, my name's not Alexa.
Alexa. You know, you can change the we're giving like tips for Amazon Alexa users, but yeah, you can change the wake word to whatever you want.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So you can be like, hey, Shelly.
No way.
Yeah.
I should do that and
Yeah.
just really frustrate Bart and Quinn. They're like, why? Something's wrong with our Alexa.
And then when we have Bart and Quinn on the podcast, they'll talk about you and be like, Shelly constantly changes the...
I got a bone to pick with you about Shelly. Do you think people who might be listening to this in their homes with an Alexa have Alexa turning on right now?
Every single time? Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Alexa, who is Greg Tito?
Do you ever think about that when they make...
I don't know that one.
She won't know that one. Where like commercials have Alexa in it, and I wonder if
Oh, yeah, if that
they
triggers.
program it in such a way to be like, ignore this sound
That's so
signature.
weird that they can do that.
Right, because it doesn't go on.
Didn't that happen? Like, wasn't there a Super Bowl Alexa ad or something?
Yeah,
Did people complain that their Alexas were like lighting up?
I think so.
Because I think that would be a really funny thing to do. Program it
Right,
so
especially.
that everybody's Alexa was just blah blah.
Or I wonder
blah,
if
blah.
that would make everybody like really paranoid. Because people are already. I mean, I don't know. You probably meet a lot of people. There's a lot of
I
people who
know
are not
quite a
happy
few people. They think she's listening all the time.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
how it works. That's the whole point of
but
the
I
device.
also, I don't. Is it just me? Because I actually don't care.
I don't care either.
What is she going to hear from me?
I will definitely trade the convenience of the device for
Like,
you know,
I
the
honestly,
perceived
like,
lack
there's
of
nothing
privacy.
happening in my house that
Yeah.
is like illegal, that is gonna like make me get called to question. Like, I'm not doing anything illegal, and I'm not doing anything that's any more interesting than other people,
It's true.
despite what I might think.
Did you think that when we got back after 3 weeks in Dragon Talk that we would spend
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
a bunch of time talking about
So-
Alexa?
Right. Why are we doing
We're
that?
just talking. We're friends. That's
We
the thing.
haven't-
We don't
we-
get to talk.
We have not really got to catch up.
It's true.
in 3
I'm like
weeks.
sweating. I don't know
I
why.
noticed that.
I don't know what's happening. Am I dying? Is it the hot coffee?
It might
I
be
don't
the
know.
hot coffee and the hot lights.
I'm just really nervous.
It might be the treadmill that you're walking on under the table.
I wish I had a treadmill that I could do while doing Dragon Talk.
Oh, well, that's
How many
a good
points
idea.
could we
That's a good idea.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right,
get
we'll-
a new setup in
We'll
here.
borrow the walking desk that's downstairs.
There is like one, isn't there?
There is one.
Keeps getting rotated around the executives.
So we can rotate around it too.
Yes.
Yeah, like
That-
let's
we're
make it
trying,
happen.
We're trying to be healthy.
We'll get Nathan to get it because he's an executive now.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Okay.
All right.
Want to talk about stuff?
We should talk about some real stuff. Do you want to talk about anything that you're giving away first before
Yeah,
we
we
do
have
it?
some giveaways.
You want to do that on the live stream before we do,
I think we have to do it now.
right? Before
Yeah,
we start
'cause
doing the actual real intro,
We're not.
right?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell me about it.
So we have these adorable figurines of adorable power. That's actually in their name by Ultra Pro. They just came out, or they're
Adorable
coming out.
power?
Can you confirm when they're available?
Sure.
They are on the Ultra Pro website, so I know it's soon. But this is my owl bear.
Hi,
How
Owlie.
cute is my owl bear? Now, you have choices here. We have a beautiful, also adorable, oh, this is the snowy owl. This is the snow owl that was an exclusive from one of the conventions. I
A
don't remember which
snow
one.
owl bear?
Yes. So
Limited edition, it
limited
says on there.
edition. So you can't find this guy on the website or in stores. He is from a convention. And the same deal with one of the red dragons. It's this guy, of course, who's not close to me. He is also a limited edition, but you can find the classic owl bear and classic red dragon online, possibly in stores. I don't know, but I will say that you should get them quickly because they're adorable and people are going to want them.
The
So-
release date is September 2019.
Well, that
So
is
sometime next month.
that's not now, but we can say that we have
not that far away,
4 beautiful figurines of adorable power that need new homes.
Yes, we
So
do.
we are going to give them to our wonderful Dragon Talk.
Are we
watchers.
giving 4 or a package of 1?
We are giving 1 to 4 people.
1 to 4 people. All right. So
Okay.
let's get it going.
So I don't know how that happens. I'm going to just
I think
say
the way it happens is, well, what's the code that people should put in there, Pelham?
Did anyone talk to the mods about this? Good. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I don't know how these things happen.
Someone should have said it. I don't know. We're saying it now. So yeah, we
sorry,
will indeed be giving away these things, and look to the chat for instructions on how to make that happen. But then we'll draw them later on in our banter section here.
That's a good idea.
Before we get Chef Mike Harris.
Yeah, let's talk about our guest
here in the studio. Very exciting. I've been following him on the Twitters for several decades. It feels like.
Wow, you were definitely an early adapter. Twitter.
I invented Twitter and then I went forward in time and then introduced it to people. But he's been on it since then. And I feel like our just I don't know fandoms have intersected in such a way, and I'm very excited for him to be here and to pick his brain.
How did you discover Chef Mike?
On Twitter.
People
were talking about him. He was talking about how awesome
about?
Some of our Dungeons and Dragons stuff was, and interacted telling stories about playing and things like that. And I guess I knew that Chef was in his user profile, but I didn't realize just how chefy he was.
He's very chefy.
He's very chefy. He's in the chef world. He is I
love that.
I don't want to call him an iron chef, but maybe he's a bronze chef.
Can we talk about food with him?
Yeah, I think that's
recipes
for how to incorporate food in your Dungeons and Dragons game.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I know. Game night.
I like that. Have you ever done that as a dungeon master? Since I know you have an extensive
as a
history.
Dungeon master.
Yeah. My Dungeon Master
like a player.
we had like a ball or like a dinner type thing in the game, and he cooked all this stuff that was like, oh, this is what you're eating. This is what it looks like.
That's a really good idea.
It wasn't actually any of it good. Like it didn't taste good.
They didn't have good in the Forgotten Realms. It's like London like 30 years ago. Like you should have really good food. It's just not that good.
It was very similar to London.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I love that idea, and then people have talent for the culinary arts.
It's a really good idea.
That's why Dungeons and Dragons it's a cathedral type thing where you use all of your different disciplines and crafts to create something larger than its parts.
I like having a little real world like that mixed in with my fantasy because I feel like it just brings you in.
That's true. That's true. And speaking of real world,
we
got these dudes here.
Yeah, who's your friend over there?
So this is my buddy. He is my buddy, and hi, how are you? How's it going?
Oh, you can put that on the reel of Greg Tito playing with toys.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of toys coming
Careful
out.
of your eye.
I know, right? So this is a walking statue from the city of Waterdeep. And it figures prominently, of course, in the Waterdeep Dragon Heist storyline. They used to be animated constructs that would that a powerful wizard would be able to control. I think it was the Blackstaff controlled it the last time they came alive, and they defended the city. But then that happened last time, if I'm remembering from Laurie Chanot's segments, more than 100 years ago. And so over time, the city has been built around these statues. And you might remember from the Stream of Many Eyes, we had a single foot of one of these walking statues on the set. A very large.
Oh, I do
sized.
Remember. Yes.
And that was from one of
Is
these guys.
Scale?
It wasn't really. It was
Would
as
it be
close.
Bigger or?
I actually, I think it was to scale, but I think the scale is a little bit different from the way this one is. So it was.
Yeah, that's right.
It was pretty cool. And then there's not as much buildings or stuff around this one, but there is I don't know if you can see like a little bird's nest. That's on the shoulder of this statue that not quite big enough to put a mini in, but if you had one that had a smaller base or without a base, you could certainly put it in there, as that's the resting point that you could have on one of these things. These are available now in game stores. I believe I was told they came out this past Tuesday.
Cool.
And so they're $49.95. Check them out. Great addition to your game if you're playing through Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which of course I am.
Oh.
So I'm going to start using this at least as set dressing to bring that kind of real world flavor back in.
It's also just kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
Sit on your shelf or your mantle or something.
Just it's a nice little guy.
Yeah.
And you can bring him out. You can talk to him. He'll talk back if you're
buddy.
weird like me.
If his name's Alexa.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yes. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know that one.
That's Wikipedia says. So and then.
Oh.
stretching.
Oh,
Because I was displaying this
yeah.
prominently on the Y shot, but I wanted to make sure you saw this too. I showed this off on D&D News, but I have something new to share. So this is the frontispiece. It comes
The
off.
frontispiece.
That's a Arrested Development joke there for you. But this does come off, and you can put some things in there. And there's a space here for a mini. You can see it's kind of circular-ish
I
for the base
love
of the
it.
mini in there. And then I tried to do this during the live stream last time, and I couldn't. But then I loosened it because Hillary Ross was like, pop, and she popped it right off. But this is the compartment in the center there. And I like how it's not symmetrical. Like there's you can tell there's sheets of metal that have been like riveted in
That
place,
is really
kind of in
cool.
a weird way.
Yep.
And then there's lots of room for extra minis. There's like
That is
the crew or the
detailed.
cargo within there.
Or the M&Ms. I was thinking, like, what a cool candy dish.
Oh, that is a cool candy dish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in our youth, a place to put out your cigarettes.
Or to store.
So you can put your stuff in here. Yeah, exactly. I also like that there's an
Mom won't
exhaust
look in
pipe
there.
because I think we've asked this a few times. Like these aren't really combustion engines in that they need an exhaust, but then there's soul effluvium get thrown out of here when you burn the soul coins to make these things go.
Get that emissions tested.
Yeah.
We'll know how that's going to work.
If you can. I know. So that's no word on exactly when this will be in game stores. This is the WizKids version that you can purchase on its own. But there is also this thing with a special exclusive weapon attachment that is coming in the Beetle and Grimm's
Oh, no way.
Platinum Edition for Descent into Avernus.
What is that made out of?
Plastic.
That is plastic?
Yeah, or resin or whatever.
That's so cool.
It's
It
really
looks-
heavy.
It looks
Dude, like
metally.
this is heavy, but it's not as heavy as that thing is, which is weird because you feel like that's more mass, but it's got a lot of heft and weight to it, which I think is fantastic.
Very cool.
It's not hollow. It doesn't feel chintzy. It feels like a thing, a machine.
It is a thing.
machine. All right, so that's our visuals for today. Did we figure out?
Sorry, Paula.
Did we figure out anything for the giveaway?
Yeah, it's exclamation owlbear.
Exclamation owlbear. In case you weren't watching the chat to figure that out, that is the way for you to potentially win one of these amazing.
This one's mine, so not him.
Oh, but I want that one. I'll fight you for it.
Okay. Who's going to win in a fight?
This guy?
No.
No?
An owl bear.
All right. Maybe.
You know, I even have non-D&D playing friends that are like, oh my God, I want an owl bear.
And maybe they will become D&D
I
playing
think
friends going
that's
forward.
the gateway right there.
Yeah, cute things.
Owl bears.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you think we should do our real intro now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably should, since we only have 35 minutes to do 3 segments.
By the way, your role in this whole podcast thing is very stressful because I had to be you. I was like, I don't know how to stay on Dragon Talk and
I
say
heard.
welcome to Dragon Talk.
I like
but we did it.
the way you coped with it was just to talk it through, and I think that's the only way to
It's
do it.
production.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. You just gotta. You're like, this is
Live.
the hard part. I don't know.
Tell me when.
I-
Pelham and Ryan were very kind.
My favorite bit was that you brought. I think. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you brought Bart on to help with that part of it.
No, actually. He was like, yeah, can I be on Dragon Talk to talk about Extra Life? I was like, oh, fine.
But okay.
God, he's like always following me around. Always just trying to like be part of everything. No, we did want him there. He was great.
He was great.
Yes.
But I don't think he helped with the structure part at all.
He doesn't know the structure part.
No, he really doesn't.
But he really did want to talk about Extra Life.
In fact, I think he derailed more than anything else
That's
with his very funny jokes.
his jokes. His dad jokes.
You know, it was funny to see your reaction to them. That was my favorite part.
You see it all the time.
Yeah, I know.
In live.
It's like that.
Oh, Bart.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a good honeymooners type situation. Anywho, we're gonna welcome people to Dragon Talk. You ready for another clapping?
Yes.
You guys ready?
My favorite part.
Welcome to Dragon Talk. Good Lord. I love you,
Oh, you're my favorite Pelham. Hey, Pelham's not one of the hosts of this show. How come people don't ever say they love us?
We
It's
love you,
Pelham.
Shelly.
No, it's
Shelly.
always Pelham. There's like people outside with signs right now saying we love Pelham.
It's amazing, right?
Yes.
I know they want to get everything signed.
Yeah,
It's a whole thing.
Every time I leave work, there is always like a group of people,
Pelham,
and they're
Pelham.
always like, "Is that? Oh my God, the door's opening! Is it Pelham?" It's not
Oh,
Pelham.
it's Shelly. Damn it, they throw garbage at you.
And then they're like, Shelly, Shelly. And I'm like, what? And they go, do you know where Pelham is? I'm like, I don't know where he is. I'm
not
getting
keep
tired of it.
You say you wouldn't be a good dungeon master. That's all you need is to be able to improv like that and throw that out there.
It's not improv.
That was all you wrote that ahead
That
of
was
time.
actually, yes, I did. I've been working on
That's
it for
my real
3
life.
years.
Finally, I get a chance to do it.
Does anyone have any idea how many episodes of Dragon Talk we've done?
75. 42.
No. I don't know.
142.
I keep meaning to like count them up.
Yeah. Well, first of all, welcome to Dragon
Welcome
Talk,
to Dragon Talk.
the official Dungeons & Dragons podcast. That it was Shelly Mazanoble.
And that guy talking is Greg Tito.
That's it. All right,
Yeah.
we're done.
Okay.
And we have an amazing guest coming, Mike
Yeah.
Harris, Chef Mike
Chef.
Harris will be here in person cooking for us, and
Oh, stop.
most of it we will be eating. Thank God we have these pop filters so that you won't hear. No, I just heard that. Damn it. I can't do it. Never mind. I'm out. You can do this one by yourself. Yeah, that was the one thing that Kate did. I think was for a random character generator thing where she started making like mouth sounds, and I threw down.
No, that's gross.
No bueno. And she was like, I found the thing that annoys you. I'm like, oh God. But so that's why I'm glad you're back, because you would never make those mouth sounds, but
No,
you just did.
I know, but I'm not going to keep doing it.
Because you're a good person.
Because I know that it annoys you.
We will lift you up where we belong. On eagles wings.
Fly. We really need to get Joe Cocker in here.
We really do.
And
Is he
Crystal
still alive?
Gale.
Are they still alive?
Crystal Gale is.
Yeah.
I don't even remember if it was her that sang that.
She plays D&D.
I don't know that it was her. But anyway, Crystal Gale is still alive. She was coming to like around the Binghamton, New York area when I was home.
No way, really?
Yes, or somebody had just seen her, and she looks amazing.
Really?
Oh my God!
Wow.
Like, what have you been doing, Crystal, for the last 30 years, other than like submerging yourself in the fountain of youth?
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Is she a lich of
She
some
must
kind?
be.
Perhaps using some illusion magic?
Maybe there's definitely has to be some illusion magic.
Yeah, it's like if you put on the certain sunglasses, you kind of see that her face is all like haggard, but like, otherwise you're like, oh, she's fine. It's like she's like in They Live.
Yep. Yeah.
So how was Binghamton? How was your vacay?
Fun.
Yeah,
It was really fun. I went ziplining.
that's adventurous.
Yeah, and it's adventurous because I am not adventurous.
No,
I am actively afraid of almost everything. But I've always wanted to go ziplining.
right.
And I don't know why like that doesn't freak me out. I'm like, that just always looks fun.
And was
But
it fun?
It was. And it wasn't like crazy like through like Costa Rican jungles or anything like super high up. But it was like long enough and high up enough that like you definitely felt an odd sensation of zipping along a wire with a weird harness on your body.
That's pretty cool.
And a helmet.
Did you feel like you were flying?
I did. I did it twice actually.
Neat.
I-
Like right after you did it, and you went
No,
right
I
back
went
up in line?
once, and then we were going to leave, and then Bart came, and he was like, I want to go ziplining. And the funny thing is that he was really scared. And he's like not scared of really, and he jumps out of airplanes. He scuba dives with sharks. Like he does all sorts of weird things.
He says things like Earl
Earl. He's not scared to say Earl.
instead of URL. Really weird
But
and not courageous things.
He was like, I'm getting really nervous. I'm like, I swear to God, you could jump off this platform and survive. Like,
Right,
it's
'cause the
not,
harness.
Like but also like we're not that crazy. You probably
High up.
you might break something, but you're fine.
Yeah.
You'd be fine. And then Quinn was there watching, and I could hear him going, "Don't chicken out, mommy."
And that
I'm
gave
like,
you all
actually, Quinn, it's your dad that's kind of pooing his pants right now. Like, mommy's good.
Nice.
But yeah.
I like that.
Have you ever done that?
I feel like I've done like a small version of it, but never a long, like hundreds of feet version of it.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't. It was a small version.
I'm going to Florida next week.
You are?
And one of the things we're doing is going to the Universal parks. I have, so I'm going to do all the thrill-seeking stuff. I want to get all the roller coasters out. And
do you like upside-down roller coasters?
I love all the roller coasters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to. I don't think my girls have done anything extreme like that. So we're gonna
I
see
feel
how
like
much we can get in
they're gonna
for the height limit
they're
type
gonna
stuff.
love it.
Yeah, I think so too.
They're little thrill seekers.
But I'm interested to see because it might be what do you experience where I think they're gonna like it, but they actually don't. You know, so I don't know. We'll see. It'll be fun.
No, I think they'll like it.
We're gonna go on adventures together.
Cool.
Maybe even go to the Hogwarts Express.
Oh, I hope you do.
Drink some butterbeer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you
And
have
then
to do that.
I'll bring my own alcohol to put in the butterbeer.
Spike in the butterbeer.
Here you go,
With
kids,
beer.
for the authentic Hogwarts experience.
Yeah.
This is what you do. All right, so one thing that's really exciting that's coming out for Dungeons and Dragons is Baldur's Gate: Descent into Avernus.
You know, I forgot it hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't come
We've
out.
been
Coming out
talking
very
about
soon,
it.
September 17th. It'll be available everywhere. There's 2 amazing covers. We've talked about it a bunch, so I don't want to go too much into the weeds. In fact, last episode was basically all
In the weeds.
all in the weeds. So if you
With
haven't
Adam.
listened to that, you should listen to Adam and Chris talk
Oh
all
my
about
God, that could be a good segment. In the weeds with Adam Lee.
in the weeds. I like being in the weeds.
I wish his last name was Leeds.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll change it?
I was just playing a adventure, which actually was a tie-in to the beginning of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and part of that adventure, it was called The Map with No Names. It's Adventurers League thing, so you can download this on Dungeon Masters Guild right now.
Cool.
But one of the kind of scenarios of that adventure is basically going to a restaurant that's experiencing in the weeds. Like they're like super busy, and you go in and you have to kind of like talk to the clientele, and you're trying to find something in the restaurant.
Oh my
But the whole thing I was
God.
describing, like, oh, the way this is being described, oh yeah, everybody, you ever worked in food service? They're all in the weeds.
Very stressful.
They have no idea what's going on. They're overtaxed.
It reminds me of Restaurant Wars on Top Chef.
Right, yeah, exactly, like that type of thing.
That would be very stressful.
Yeah, so it was a fun kind of thing you don't normally see in a D&D adventure.
I don't want to role play that. Let's bring back some bad
Well,
memories.
you were saving them. You were saving them
Good.
from being in the weeds, so
That's
it
good.
kind of helped.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden my character was like peeling potatoes and
Aw.
pouring ale and stuff. Yeah, it was fun.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. Where did I get on that tangent? Oh, because you were saying in the weeds. So yeah, we got in the weeds on Descent
I
into
don't remember
Avernus.
saying that.
We also announced a new book,
What is that?
Eberron.
Eberron.
Rising from the Last War. Eberron colon.
Seems
We're
like-
into the colons now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, this book is 320 pages of nonstop Eberron action.
What?
And it's a different world. For those of you who are unfamiliar, it is a new setting or a newish setting. It's probably the newest setting that has been released for Dungeons & Dragons because I think it came out in like 2003 or something like that.
It's the first setting I ever played in.
It's totally different than a lot of other settings because it kind of set in a post-war fantasy world that has used magic pretty commonly. So, and magic is the basis for a lot of their technology. So they have like trains that run on lightning spells. They have airships. They have a little bit more modern feel or industrial, post-industrial revolution feel to the societies. That the best example is Warforged, which are a sentient construct race, essentially, that was created for use in the big, huge war conflict. But now that the war is over, there are all these Warforged around that have sentient life that are trying to find their place in our society.
Makes me feel sad.
It is sad, but it's also really, I think, rife for storytelling.
Are like
right?
people taking care of them, or are they just like? Pff?
They are just like, pff. Yeah, exactly. And so they're trying to deal with that, as well as the fact that they were trained,
Trying to like
and created.
reacclimate into society.
Yeah,
and they
I
don't
know.
know how to do that.
I know, exactly. So what's interesting to me about Eberron, it's got all these fantasy tropes and things within it, but it also deals with a little bit more of a more modern take of issues that
Yes, it is very
some of the medieval-based storytelling doesn't tackle.
parallels a lot of truth in today's world
For
with our
reals,
veterans
B.
and how it's hard for them to
Yeah,
reacclimate.
exactly. Right? So I think that's really
Adopt
fascinating.
a Warforged.
And there are, as I said, 320 pages worth of material in this new book.
Wait, say that again.
320.
You really did say 300.
Yeah, it's the biggest size book that we put out
they're
there.
usually like 256
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
That's huge.
exactly.
That's
right?
really big.
It's really big, right? It's like 3 full more signatures of
Yeah.
pages in there.
All right.
So it's got tons of information for players. You can create new characters that are based on the races that are in the player's handbook, but have their own like dragon marks. So they have like different powers that you can use in that. There's the Warforged is in there. There's a brand new class, the first class that we've released for
Really?
Dungeons & Dragons since it came out in 2014, since this 5th edition came out. The Artificer.
People love that.
People love it. It's pretty cool. There's 3 subclasses included with that Artificer. The Alchemist, the Artillerist, and the Battlesmith.
Gonna want to play that.
Gonna want to play that, right?
Gonna want to do all
because
that.
they mix magic with invention in how they
The Alchemist.
they do stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, exactly. So very fascinating. I love that that is in there. There's also this one really cool thing called a group patron. It's mechanics for your entire group that allow the dungeon master to have your group have a place in this kind of more modern society that I've been talking about, right? So you could be like a group of university researchers or a group of reporters for a newspaper, or
that's cool.
And there are all these mechanical benefits for the group having this patron beyond. Patrons have been around in the game for a long time, where they're like quest givers that you go to over and over again, and they may provide you with resources. But here it's codified into mechanics and kind of background features that can get added to your character, which I think is super cool.
That is very cool.
And then, of course, there's tons of Dungeon Master focused material that's all about Corvair, the continent that all of the action takes place in Eberron. I think that's a huge, huge section of the book. There's also a more specific gazetteer on the city of Sharn.
I remember Sharn.
Sharn,
That's
right?
my first adventure
It's
took
like
place in
the
Sharn.
city of towers, I
Yes.
believe, right? Fun note, a lot of the music that we use here on Dragon Talk was created for the City of Sharn sourcebook in 3.5.
Well, we should always have a soundtrack to go with our books.
I know, right? It's not a bad idea. Now we know all these musicians. We got to tap them for more of this stuff.
All right.
So that is all really cool. That book comes out on November 19th. There is an alternate cover as well as a standard cover for that. So look for the alternate cover only in game stores, and the standard cover will be available everywhere.
The November 19th is a pretty big day.
It is a big day.
There's a
What else
lot.
comes out on November 19th?
Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
It is. I just love it so much. I've been reviewing some proofs of it.
Yeah.
And I would just sit there and just laugh, and I'm laughing because it is like, you don't even have to know, you don't have to be a Rick and Morty expert. You're just going to laugh, and you're going to have a good time, and you're going to be thoroughly entertained.
That's great.
It's so funny.
I don't know much about history. I don't know much about Rick and Morty. So I'm excited to.
You don't have to.
Yeah, right. I mean, I've read the D&D comics, and
Yeah.
I've read the some of the stuff that you guys have been putting out for this, and it's very exciting to kind of have
it's
that
really
be my
fun.
into it, right?
Yes.
And I think this opposite is also true. Like Rick and Morty fans will
Oh.
learn even more about D&D.
It's like so true to the brand. There is like all the in jokes because the people who worked on it are diehard Rick and Morty fans.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a beautiful worlds coming together.
I love it.
And it's just like, of course these brands belong together.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They really do.
I think Patrick Rothfuss said it best in the press release
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first comic issue, where he said, we're going to get some chocolate and peanut butter up in this piece.
Yes,
I'm paraphrasing, of course, but
you did.
it works out good.
And it's delicious.
It is delicious.
Yes.
So that's awesome. I like that we've actually set up our release dates to be very in sync, right? In fact, Justin Timberlake
NSYNC.
is going to make it in sync as well.
Yeah.
But right, because we also on September 17th when Battle for Baldur's Gate comes out, right?
Say that again.
Battle for Baldur's Gate,
September.
the Dungeon Mayhem.
Yes. Did you say September? Or
September
November?
17th
Yes.
and November 17th.
And you know what we got today?
What?
Samples of
What?
Battle for Baldur's Gate.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to play
It's so cute. Okay. And also,
Okay.
however, Quinn said, I want to be the first person to play the new Dungeon Mayhem.
Oh, is he going to be the
He
first
doesn't.
person?
I'm like, what? Yeah, you can be, because I'm not going to explain play testing to him. But yeah, he's super into Dungeon Mayhem.
That's awesome. My I think I said this previously, but Edna recently, after playing with people at camp, was just
Yep.
like, "Hey, let's play." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
It is.
She's like, "I'm really good at this game." I'm like,
She was.
"Yeah,
Was she?
Yeah, she kicked my butt."
Did you? We did talk about this, but not on Dragon Talk. Did
Yeah.
you let her win?
No, I tried. I tried
don't.
my hardest.
Yeah.
In fact, we had a reporter come into the office here,
That's
and
right.
we sat down and played Dungeon Mayhem, and I kicked her butt. We played like 4 matches. I think I won 3 out of 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, "I gotta play until I win." I'm like, "All right, let's do it."
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, but we got to try all the different characters, but we didn't get to try the new ones.
'Cause
So
we didn't
I'm
have them then.
Yeah, exactly.
We just got him. literally hot off the press.
So let me make sure I'm getting all the audio right on this. So all those Baldur's Gate products come out on September 17th.
Yes.
And Eberron and Dungeons & Dragons versus Rick and Morty, the boxed set, comes out on November 19th.
Yes.
19th.
Yes.
17th and 19th,
Yeah.
you get they're interchangeable as numbers, right?
When you are in the store and you're buying Descent into Avernus, go just find that Dungeon Mayhem, and it's just like this tiny. It's just a cute little 2-pack, 2 new character expansion pack.
Wait, 2-pack, isn't it?
Sorry, Tupac is one of the dogs. Easy E is one of the others. See it?
I believe
I
so.
don't know why he
yes.
just popped into my head.
You know, because you're West Coast.
West Coast.
Yeah, best coast. Anywho, those are all coming. We will obviously have more interviews and information about those products coming up as they are coming out, right? We should probably do one just on Dungeon Mayhem.
We should.
As well as on the Rick and Morty. So
look
for those in the future.
We might have to do 2 on the Rick and Morty.
We're going to have to do 4. All right. Let's
do it.
Listen to some lore that you should know.
Okay.
Let's make some bing bongs happen.
Bing.
Charn, 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 charn. That was the vocal track that was taken out.
We need a bing bong soundtrack. Can you do bing bongs, Ryan?
It is?
I'm still mad at you for saying that Poem was your favorite.
I didn't say
You
my.
didn't know Bing Bong.
I didn't say
Wow.
my.
I got audio proof you said mine.
I said my.
Do
I
they-
didn't say my. I was being the crowd that was saying,
What?
"You're my."
I can't hear you. What?
The audience can't hear you, right? When we do it? No. All right. So Ryan's complaining that Shelly's a jerk.
Okay.
That
Because he said.
you got no audio. You got no audio.
Put me back on. He cut my audio. You know what? This is my dream come true.
Oh, finally. No one can hear me.
Fine.
Nice.
Am I back?
You're back. And better than ever.
Look, I didn't say my favorite. I was being the crowd and I was saying those words as the crowd, not as Shelley. Meh.
Agree to disagree.
Wow.
Agree to disagree, he says.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we all know who your real favorite is, and it's Quinn.
Myself.
Not even Quinn, no.
He's like third. I love him.
All right, we got to do our mid-tro.
Metro.
Mid-tro. That was a really good, informative segment.
Lore bombs.
I got lore bombed.
Me too.
And I'm lore bombed. Are you feeling
It's
all right?
gooier than
I got
I
lore
thought.
bombed last night, so I'm a little bit lore sick today.
Oh, no. I think it's setting in. So much lore.
You know what is really
Lore
good
hangover.
to combat a lore sickness?
An interview?
And a delicious meal of salty and oily things.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Right?
salty,
Like a brunch. Like
oily.
a brunch. Yeah, you know, that's why people have eggs and things, is to get those things back in your system to
Right.
recover from the other things that are in your system, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right, so let's go. Chef Mike's gonna cook it up.
Mimosa.
We're selling this
This
to
is not a cooking show.
This is not a cooking show.
There's no food being
There's
served in this
just
interview.
talking happening.
Wah, wah.
Cooking up some conversation.
Oh, I'm gonna steal that. Ryan just said cooking up some conversation.
Well, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear anything.
Contention here in the Dragon Talk
Didn't
studio.
hear anything.
I missed you, Shelley. I'm gonna go on
missed
record as
you,
saying that.
Tito.
Yeah,
I
mean,
actually thought about when it was Friday and it was 3:00 my time. I was like, they're doing Dragon Talk and he's gonna like Kate more than me.
Oh no!
She's
I mean,
very likable.
I like Kate a lot. She's a wonderful co-host and game designer, but you know, she's not Shelley.
She said I was gonna get tattoos on our tour.
She actually did say she's a poor man's Shelley.
I wish.
On the podcast as well. So
No way.
yeah, she's on record as saying that you are cooler than she is.
You know, that is false, and I can tell you now, she is actually my favorite.
Oh really? If you're gonna pick favorites, that's what it is.
Mhm.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys are gonna get matching tattoos.
I guess.
Of both Rick and Morty.
Who am I gonna
on
get?
both of your
I
butt
said I was
cheeks.
gonna get Rick's butt on my butt. And there's actually reference art for that.
That's
so
meta. And it's just, can you just keep getting like more and more butts as you go like farther in?
I tell you, I have really grown to love Rick. I'm just like from working on this and like I feel you. Right.
I feel odd that you went from like talking about his butt to be like, I really like
I
it.
really love him. Like you stare at that man's butt long enough, and you're like, yes.
You're like, should I approve this butt? We're
You're
like,
my
yes,
baby.
I do approve this butt.
We said something about butts, like, oh, like how many butts are in this game? And Nathan was like, you're talking about like cartoon butts, right? And we said, no.
It's photographic evidence.
Yeah, we were like, no, Nathan, but everybody signed a release. Don't worry about it. And Liz was like, you won't recognize them, I swear.
Right.
Like, we've
It's not-
taken away all identifiable.
It's not Dan Harmon's butt, as far as we know.
We were telling him it was people on our team's butts.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You won't know. It's been
You're
pixelated
not gonna
enough.
know.
You're
Like,
not
you'll
gonna
never tie the butt. It actually would be a fun game, like match like little headshot and the butt shot, and you have to. Like,
Oh my God.
match.
Have you seen Chernobyl? Have you watched that show at all?
No.
All right. Well, there's definitely one point where there are a large number of butts on screen at one time, and it really took me out. The whole time I was
Really?
like, what?
Too many butts.
Just too many butts.
Butts.
Yeah.
Do you know there's people who like actors that will have like butt stand-ins?
Butt stins?
Butts. You could be a butt stand. Like, okay, so think about like
Wait,
an
are you
actor.
saying I could be?
I mean, depends what your butt looks like.
'Cause
Like
they
some
match
actors are
someone
like,
else's
I
butt.
don't want my butt shown, so they bring in a butt stand-in.
Yeah.
But then think about like, well, what do you do for a living? I'm a butt model. There's hand models.
Right?
You could have a really nice butt, and then Gwyneth Paltrow would be like, I want her butt
She
when
my
you show
butt.
my butt.
She my butt.
Yeah.
All right.
I could be like putting on my resume.
What do you think this guy's butt was? Do you think he got? Well, you can't really see it because it's got like
He's-
armor on it
yeah.
and stuff. But see, yeah, no, doesn't work. But I want to be a miniatures, like a D&D miniatures butt model.
Butt model? You could provide some reference art. Hey, Aaron, hold my phone.
On my phone. Can you put some like swords over there?
Hey, Aaron, I'm going to lift up my tunic on the count of 3.
My tunic. Why would I be wearing a tunic?
Rub some. Because he
Oh,
made me feel like he was wearing a tunic.
Do you want to do the outro?
Visuals.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah, let's get out of this.
Let's get
Oh,
out of
I
that butt.
feel bad. Sometimes I feel bad for the listeners.
We apologize for everything that we do.
They're
It's
like-
terrible.
They're like, we're just trying to get some D&D content, and you guys are always talking about butts
And
and
the-
farts.
What we've been doing, at least in this hour, is saving more of the not. Oh, that's not true. We actually kept a lot of the. Anywho,
Do you know Nathan was talking about Dragon Talk to someone, and he goes, "Here's a fun fact. Did you know that Greg and Shelley don't talk about D&D on the official D&D podcast?" Like, you're so bitter about that one time that you happened to hear us not talking about it.
Yeah, don't listen to this hour. But we do make each
Sorry.
other laugh a lot, and that's entertaining
what's
in and of itself,
important.
isn't it?
Yes.
All right, so we are going to do the outro. You ready? That was such a good interview. I learned
Yes.
so much about how to cook that I will never be able to use.
Well, now you can when
I
you
can?
host your friends for your Waterdeep games.
That's true. You're right. I'll start doing a charcuterie
Yes.
as well as
They're
some.
that's what Waterdeep is known for.
That's what they're known for. Yeah,
Well,
exactly. They want meats and cheeses
Yes.
up in this piece.
Food and gaming goes together.
It really does.
So
Yeah,
I think this is great.
it makes perfect sense.
And I'm glad you got to meet Chef Mike.
And that you did too.
Well, 'cause you've been pen pals with him for a while.
Right, exactly. One thing that is pretty cool that's coming out soon is the Essentials Kit. You'll be able to find it everywhere on September 3rd. It has everything in a box that you need to play Dungeons and Dragons. We've been playing
Gotta
it
love
here
that.
in the office
Yeah.
with a couple of new folks getting into Dungeons and Dragons for the first time. And it's been really easy to Dungeon Master, which
you
I've been doing.
DMing it?
Yeah, it's just easy to just jump right in and
That's awesome.
start doing some quests. Role play is easy right off the bat, so it works. It works really well, and you'll all be able to get your hands on that on September 3rd.
It's very good.
It's very
It's
good.
gotten great reviews.
Yeah, I can't give that box enough high fives, as well as like Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford and the people who work on it. They deserve high fives as well. But
Yeah, they do.
yeah, but it has been fantabulous. And of course, we've got PAX West coming next week as we're recording this. It will be out.
Are you kidding
It'll
me?
be starting.
It
Actually,
is.
if you're listening to this in podcast form, it'll be tomorrow when PAX
Holy
begins.
cow.
And that means Acquisitions Incorporated. all the time. There are
What?
so much going on about the book Acquisition Incorporated. Lots of introductory adventures that you can play if you're at PAX West. So look at the schedule and see if you can jump on and
Yes.
sign in for that. And then, of course, everyone at home who can't make it up to Seattle for the convention, watch Acquisition Incorporated, the show with Jeremy Crawford and an amazing group playing through some Avernus content, I believe. So
that's
look for
gonna
that.
be fun.
Yeah, exactly. There will be a lot of good tidbits to learn from there, and it's going to be really exciting. It's at the Paramount Theater this year. Did you know?
No.
Yeah, they
Pretty soon it's going to be like Questfield. I mean, really.
right. Next time it's going to
keeps
be
getting bigger.
on the moon.
On the moon.
I want it to be on the moon.
We'll be
Really
there.
cool. So that is, I believe, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time on Friday, August 30th. Is that right? Is that a week from today? It is. And we will be having lots of
Oh,
recordings.
it's Friday night.
It is Friday night. We'll be having lots of recordings about people who are stopping in town for PAX West. So next week,
I'm not here.
tune
I
in
tell
for
you?
that. Twitch.tv/DND. Watch for that. Shelly won't be there, but I think I'm crossing my fingers. Mark Humes will be here.
Oh, wow.
So he might take
lucky,
over some
lucky.
fun
Now
co-hosting duties.
I
Yeah.
really want to be here.
Exactly, and we have some great guests, I believe.
Fun.
Yes, it'll be great.
You'll
So,
be fine.
any other fun things to talk about before we start our sign off here?
No, we've talked about them.
Yeah, we all of them.
A lot of them.
You know what? I put this on Ryan, but I'm gonna do this improving on the fly. This podcast is not just done by me and you. I don't know if people know that, but Shelly and I are the talkers. But Ryan Marth is audio engineer and producer extraordinaire for making this happen.
Boo.
Lisa Carr works with Ryan on helping us book guests and getting all the information for that. So thank you to her. Thank you to Pelham Green for manning so many things about Dragon Talk, but making the live streams happen as well as assistance throughout. And
the moderators.
and the
who apparently
mods.
have
Thank
to
you
stay on their toes.
to all of the mods on the Twitch channel for when we record this. You are all awesome, and you get some high fives from us.
Yes. Thank you.
So I think in honor of that, we should, kind of find some treasures in this cave to see if
And
it's
give
possible.
it out to people?
Yeah, we'll give it out to all those people that we just thanked.
What-
Do you think that's a good idea?
I see something shiny up there.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
I don't know.
Can you touch it?
Reach for it.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go grab it. It's a huge statue. It's attacking me. Oh my God, we're dead.
Oh, no.
Okay, it worked. All right, let's do our drawing for some amazing, adorable creatures.
Figurines of adorable power.
Their power is so adorable it will
yeah.
destroy you.
It's so cute that I kept it. I didn't give it to Quinn.
That is very cute.
Mine.
Even though,
You're mine.
are you gonna keep it at your desk?
Yes.
Oh, all right. So he'll.
I
Never,
don't even want him to know that I'm not giving it to him.
I
I might
think you,
buy him
you
one.
should put a
but
note on there that says "Not for Quinn."
Not for Quinn.
Just to make sure that everyone knows.
You know what? I think I'll just name him Quinn.
Oh,
Quinn the owl bear.
Quinn the owl bear.
Joba, yo, cute.
Mm.
They are really adorable.
So
okay.
those are some of the things that you'll be able to do if you win one of these figurines.
Win it and then
We got 4.
and then take a
Yay!
picture. Take a picture of you with your new figurine of adorable power out in
And
the
send
wild.
it to Chalet.
Yes, I want to see them.
And we will repost those for sure. Congratulations to everyone
job,
who
winners.
won. We will be sending those out in the next week or so. So look for them. And then in the meantime, check these out in your local game store starting next month.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Do it.
I believe I have a note here that says there will be more designs coming in the future. So look
Awesome.
for that. If you're excited about these Red Dragon and Owlbear, that's great. But there will be more fun stuff coming up.
More designs. We got extra life shirts going up right now.
Yes, of course. Extra Life. I wish we got this. I knew I forgot one thing to talk about on the podcast, but we'll do that next week for sure. But yes, Extra Life. New designs are going up right now for T-shirts in support of Seattle Children's Hospital or any hospital within the Children's Miracle Network. These T-shirts.
T-short. Called a romper.
It's called a romper. They're not rompers. They're actual T-shirts. I just can't talk like a normal person. They're awesome. They have
I
slobber
love
chops.
that. Yeah.
Slobber chops, which is a what is the slobber chops? What's the actual creature that it is? Tressum. Thank you. A tressum. I believe Lisa Penrose is going to be cursing my name. The fact that I didn't know what a tressum was. There's 2 designs. This one is on the front and back. It says Extra Life using some infernal language there. And then the tressum on the back is got claws going down. I believe there is another design as well that it just has the tressum on its own. Is that true? Yes, it is true. And that is the one that has the tressum in a much more cuter pose with the infernal language and script on there as well. So these are available at Extra Life. At Custom Ink. The link for them are all in the chat on where to get them. But they are fantabulous.
Beautiful.
All designed by Emmy Tanji.
Of course.
She has done all the Extra Life t-shirts in the past, and we're really excited about these ones. We got a whole bunch of different designs. This is, I think, the 3rd and 4th designs that we have released so far on Custom Ink, and hopefully we'll have more coming up soon as we get ready for Extra Life on November 3rd. Donate to my page. Do you have a page up yet?
I have to
Extra
get my
Life?
page up.
Shelly's going to get a page up, and we have got a lot of donations pouring in, and there's more out there. So if you're interested in finding out about it, go to the Dungeons & Dragons webpage and find out. I just realized we didn't do like our call-outs on like any of that stuff for the outro, but whatever. We say it enough. So find out about Extra Life there. It is a wonderful charity that we are continuing to. This is our 7th year of doing it, so I'm really excited.
We've raised a lot of money
About
for an excellent cause.
For the kids.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. We're going to take a short break and then get ready with Chef Mike Harris here
in
the hot seat. Or the cold seat.
No, wait. It's like we're heading into Avernus. It can be the hot seat.
It's the hot seat. Yeah, right? We're cooking with gas.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back in a second.